Hello, everybody. Welcome in to NASA Rallycross Contenders Round 2 at Atlanta Motor Speedway in Hampton, Georgia. It's Josh Mertz, Brian Sawyer opening the Rallycross week. And the main question is, Brian, with 6 cars, what can Kevin Garcia do? Can he make it 2 wins in a row through the heat race, the semifinal, and the feature tonight?
I'm thinking Kevin could do something. We got Matthew Grove here tonight, though, also former Contenders champion, so he might be able to give him a run for his money. Kevin Boland looking good on lap times also. So I think we're going to have a nice little tight race here.
As the top 3 from this event will join the big boys in the NASA Rallycross World Championship. And it's a smaller field, of course, but it is designed as the baseline entry-level series for these Rallycross supercars. So we did some adjusting to the splits, and that's why we only have a couple cars. So we're just kind of hanging out until the big race later on. We're supposed to have 7, but Joe Pascucci could not make it tonight. We're going to head to a 3-lap solo qualifying session in just a couple moments. That will set the grid for that heat race. Also, it's going to be 5 laps with 2 jokers. Then everybody goes to the semifinal except for the winner. That will be another 5 laps, 2 jokers, and everybody races in the feature 10 laps, 2 jokers, where the top 3, as mentioned, head to the NASA Rallycross World Championship race, the Atlanta Grand Prix, here in Hampton, Georgia. And we're going to give these guys just a couple more moments to practice. I just want to remind everyone, cameras all season on ASN, no matter the track, series, car, whatever it might be. Brought to you by Andrew Cardinale IV and Whiplash SimCams, facebook.com/WSimCams, making it look like we know what we're doing here on the Automotive Sports Network. And Alex Zabetti for producing the NASA theme music. You'll hear that a little bit later on. As everybody's in the session, Brian, we're going to go ahead. Actually, before we do that, we are going to take a look at what is upcoming on ASN. And then we'll head to qualifying. Take it away, my friend.
Absolutely, Josh. After this race, we got the NASA Rallycross World Championship. That's in about an hour. This Thursday, we got Sim Car from Sebring. NASA Cross Car has been moved or canceled for the rest of this season. It's getting moved to the end of Rallycross season, just due to field size. So Josh, I'm sure, is furiously editing this calendar.
Can you hear my clicks?
I can hear all the clicks. He's editing, moving things all around. So we're gonna hop out of the calendar while he tries to fix that.
There we go.
There we go. That looks beautiful.
Look at that.
And we're just gonna look at the points coming into this race. Kevin Garcia, top of the table, 35 points. Kevin Boland, Matthew Grove, Josh Mertz, who will not receive any more points for the rest of the season due to causing too many accidents.
Wow,
Clinton
thanks.
Funk, Garth McDade, Joe Pascucci, and Darren Canfield Kieran. Yeah, those last 2 don't count. It's just the way things work.
The spreadsheets work.
Yeah.
Your wonderful voice is doubled up in my ears, and it's really distracting.
Good. I'm glad.
Thanks, Dad. I really appreciate it. As you're now fixed over there.
We'll hop over to the teams. KLR Pink Fury, 53 points. Control Z Racing, 35. Slapex Racing powered by TWRS, 29. Mertz Racing Technologies, 27. JC Academy, 23. Slapex Racing VW. That's right, we have a VW in this series, 20 points. And KLR Blue Thunder with 18. Josh, I think we're about ready to head it over to qualify. I think we're already going there. Who's first on track?
First car on track, it was Kevin Garcia, but the first car to roll, Garth McDade in the 111. So let's ride on board, Mr. McDade, and enjoy a lap here in Atlanta. Such a tricky circuit with the surface changing mid-corner. So we'll go ahead and be quiet and enjoy the engine note of the Subaru. is heading over the jump to complete the first qualifying lap. The asphalt is really dirty, is what I'm noticing with a track reset, Brian. Unless I'm crazy and hallucinating, there it looks like there is dirt all over the asphalt portion of this circuit.
Yeah, it looks a little rough. I don't know if it reset in between practice and qualify here, but if it did not, oh well. Everybody's on the same surface.
Point of contention all night long will be the sweeper exiting that fishbowl corner. This one right here, you drop your right rear off the curb, off the asphalt. It drops away to a drainage ditch on the infield here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. And down the hairpin, we look at Matty Grove in the 472, former series champion 2023B off the top of my head. Kevin Bolland sets the benchmark, 45.8. McDade, 47.0. Grove, 46.5. As the times begin to roll in. Matty Grove, final couple of corners. Such a tricky section here to get right, because when you hit the dirt, you're not going to have any grip, obviously, and you have to position that car. Kevin Garcia to the top of the board in the 505 at a 45.1. He's 0.6 up on Bolland. Grove crosses the line, 46.3 for the former champion.
Look at Garth McDade starting his third lap. Coming through the first section. I think this first section just really favors the I think most of this track favors the Fiesta compared to the Subaru here. Just a little tight corners all through the first section. I mean, the backstretch a little better for the Subaru, but I think it's pretty even, but the Fiesta might just get an edge out. Garth's last lap 46.666. He's the devil, but that does not improve his position. 45.6 for Garcia. He does not improve his lap time. He stays P1, of course. Matty Grove, fourth quick. Canfield's on his final lap. Garcia's actually on his last lap. I apologize for the championship leader. And Clinton Funk, 46.899 was his only lap that he has clocked so far. Bolland, 45.710. So 4/10 off, best lap time-wise, from Garcia. Let's call it 3/10. And Garth McDade, did Garth get penalized for taking a joker? Because he has been sent to the back, unless I don't know how to read. That could be a possibility as well. Probably has been. I cannot see. Give me a moment.
Canfield across the line in the 0.23. Lap doesn't count. We're going to wait for Clinton to finish up.
I see no flags for Garth McDade.
I also just probably don't know how to read. That's a very valid possibility. And let's take a look at Clinton Funk in the 122 over the jump in the Subaru for JC Academy. Will he improve? He's looking for 0.2 of a second on Matty Grove, 46.643. He does not improve and stays fifth quick, as that completes qualifying here in Atlanta for NASA Rallycross Contenders. We'll have one heat race. It'll invert the grid for Contenders. So McDade will be on pole, Garcia at the back, and this is a very long run down to the first corner. At least it's not on dirt. At least it's not. On the short course it is. Let's take a look at the grid once it pops up. There we go. McDade, Funk, Grove, Canfield, Bolland, and Garcia. And the short course here at Atlanta turns right at that corner that's right there on screen. So these guys are backed up onto the dirt, but we started on the asphalt for the long course and a decent run to turn one. The heat race for Contenders in Atlanta. Going green. Green flag off the line, 4 wide, off the start, down to turn one. McDade leads us, locks it up. Here comes Bolland, here comes Grove. They door bang, and the 2 KLR cars sent wide in the 49 and the 111. Funk to P2, Garcia in the 505, championship leader in the back of the field. He made up a place when McDade went off the track. Former champion Grove leading ahead of Funk to start the first lap proper now. And we can, of course, take our jokers on the first time of asking here in Atlanta, Brian. And Grove does, Bolland does, and McDade. So a 3-3 split into the wall in the fishbowl's Funk. In the 122, Garcia in... No, he didn't touch Funk. Thought he was going to in the 505. And leading at the end of the first lap will be Matty Grove, former series champion in the 472.
Josh, if you're confident in your speed on this track, it's definitely one of those tracks where you can just take that first joker, get about 8 seconds up on everybody else, and pretty much rely on your speed. Because if you're fast, if you know you're faster than other people and they're not going to catch you, you get out of the way, you get away from them, and you keep one in the bank. Unlike what Matt Grove did there, I usually like to keep one in the bank just in case somebody was a little faster than me and comes out ahead. I have the opportunity to get away, but going back.
There's a brawl right now, Brian. Just kidding. Funk just took the joker. Comes out with McDade. I thought they were going to collide. He was battling with championship leader Kevin Garcia. Riding on board McDade in the 111. Looking forward at Funk in the 122. Ripping the handbrake is Clinton there. More of a novice driver in these cars. Of course, Contenders being the entry-level split like we talked about. They're side-by-side down to turn 1. Funk crosses the track trying to defend into turn 1, and it hinders both of them.
It messed up Funk a little bit more. He had to go super wide. Probably lost.
Oh, you know what, Brian?
He get a slowdown for that?
The session, inside baseball, the session is messed up. It's only 3 laps.
That's wonderful. Proud of myself.
And so is the feature, or so is the B main, but the feature is still 10 laps. So
well, congratulations.
They are crashing at the checkered flag with Balland and Grove. What was that? And Balland just mounted the grass and slammed into him at the checkered flag.
Yeah, what, is this it, Josh? Nope, this is not it. I don't know what that was.
Where are you, Grove? Where are you, Brian?
I went back to a 2X incident. I don't know what it was.
Alrighty. Well, I guess we're heading towards the semifinal.
Real quick tonight.
Real quick. Grove, Funk, Garcia, Canfield, and McDade. 3 laps, 2 jokers. And Kevin Garcia, we cannot reply to you in chat. We're just going to roll with it because everyone races in the feature. Semifinal time in Atlanta. Waiting for Garcia, waiting for Canfield. That's okay. You know, we're just going to blame iRacing, Brian.
Sure.
5 cars, 3 laps, 2 jokers for the semifinal. Green flag. Good start for Garcia down to the first corner, former Futures champion. Grove gets hit by the 023 at Canfield, and the left rear is destroyed on Grove's car. And the KLR cars all over the track, all over everybody else. Early on tonight in Atlanta, Garcia leads. Funk second, Canfield, McDade, and off the road is Grove. I don't really know what to say there, other than he drove into him.
Yep. Bunch of cars just touching each other, wheels getting caught up and wheels getting knocked off.
So Garcia took his joker. Canfield, I think, followed him, and so did Funk, I believe. And the good news is everybody races in this feature. So everybody will have that proper chance in a couple of moments. And Canfield had a slowdown in the 023. Kevin Garcia leads at the end of the first lap in the 505.
You know what this short little race is actually means, Josh? It means this whole race relies on how well you practice the fishbowl, because everybody's gonna pretty much run an identical lap time except the one lap where they run through the fishbowl. So it comes down to how well did you practice the exit on that so you don't get passed on exit. Clinton Funk into the wall, into the outside wall. That car is toasted. He is in a circle and trying to get it reset. Doesn't look like anybody's going to catch up to him from the back, so he is good to go. Kevin Garcia still leads on the final lap.
It was Clinton Funk sympathy corner through the sweeper for the 122. So Garcia
They persist everywhere.
That's true. That's very, very true. So Garcia took his strategy early on that first and second lap. McDade exits the Joker, Canfield and Funk all over the road. Clinton Funk is auditioning for the vehicular gymnastics competition off screen, barrel rolling the 122 over the jump to cross the line and win the semifinal will be Kevin Garcia in the 505. Arguably better off with these few extra points compared to the heat race win. McDade, Canfield, Funk, and Grove, as everyone, of course, will race in the feature, but that's the running order and results for the semifinal.
I want to go take a look at this barrel roll.
That's the second time one of my cars have done that.
2.
Because it was Devin Hughes.
3.
Devin Hughes does it in the intro video. Are you doing a flip counter?
Of course. We got 3.
Away we go. Yeehaw.
Congratulations, Clinton. Adding to it for the first time this season.
So we're going to step aside real quick here on ASN. Let these guys warm up. On the other side of the break, Contenders is green in Atlanta.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to nordvpn.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Absolutely be doing what he has to do. He has to go for the championship. He has to recover the points that he lost. He's down the race, takes the lead in the 12. What a move.
Side by side between these two in turn one. This is going to get spicy.
Exiting turn one, over the jump to begin the first lap, clogging the inside line. McFarland contact between them. They are still side by side. This opens the door for Wetz. He can't make anything happen. Over in the 26, he has not won in quite some time. Dragster acing the entry to turn one, up heading to the inside of Magnus, gives him a nudge. The grip strip on the inside, Phil. Wetz had a little bit better run, but looks like Rally's going to spot.
You're so interesting.
NASA Rallycross on the Automotive Sports Network, brought to you by Whiplash Sim Cams. No matter the track, car, series, whatever it may be. Thank you, Andrew Carnelli IV, for some wonderful camera shots like the ones we are looking at right now all season on ASN. And the NASA theme music, which we will hear a little bit later on, produced by our friend Alex Zabetti. Hope all is well, my friend. And we miss you. On track, the former world champion from 2022B. Speaking of former world champions, we have Brian Sawyer, NASA Rallycross Lights world champion in 2024B. Myself, Josh Mertz. This feels like such a pat on the back moment when I say this. 10-time world champion. We're here for NASA Rallycross Contenders. Feature race is coming up very shortly. 6 cars, 10 laps, 2 jokers, and we've had a fierce heat race. We've had a fierce semifinal. I say that because they were only 3 laps by mistake. Again, apologies for that. It's been a tumultuous couple of days for NASA Sim Racing. We had to cancel the cross car race. The first race canceled in over 7 years. And we're here. We're having a good time, Brian. We're not going to let that stop us from having a good time. And potentially a pivot for the Lights World Championship that has started on Fridays. So, I guess kind of excited to see how the polls shape up for that one. ASN TV USA, no matter the platform, if you like what you see, come hang out with us and have some fun watching our coverage. We got SimCar on Thursdays. They finished their season at Sebring. NASA Rallycross Contenders in the World Championship. You're watching Contenders now on Monday nights. You'll have World Championship action a little bit later on. And depending on how the polls go, World Championship for the Lights is either Sunday or Friday. And if you'd like your content broadcast at asntvUSA.com, if you would like to race, nasasimracing.com, it's a great time. It's a wonderful, tight-knit community. Family vibes. You're just showing up, having a good time with your friends. Over 680 people in the Discord server, so type that link in, join in, let's have some fun.
I don't want to be related to some of these people, Josh. Don't call me. No, it's fine.
You know what I meant. You know what I meant. Started back in July of 2012. It was 9 of us, and we thought that it was only going to be one race. Well, here we are, nearly unbelievably 14 years later. We moved on from NASCAR 2003. We moved on from fictitious commentators. We moved on from me using a voice changer. And here we are in 2020. Don't. Absolutely not. No. Well, I mean, you have the deep voice that I tried to mimic in my second fictitious commentator. But I digress. The grid for Contenders in Atlanta. And it looks like this. On pole position, the 49 of Kevin Balland, followed by the 505 of Kevin Garcia, Garth McDade, Darren Canfield, Clinton Funk, and Matty Grove. So will we have a 51st different winner in the championship, or will Kevin Garcia or Matty Grove sneak one away? Grove has 2 wins. He is tied for 26th on the wins list with 2. Is the former champion. as we wait for Darren Canfield to grid up in the 023. Top 3 in this opening stanza of our show tonight will transfer to the NASA Rallycross World Championship event. So there's plenty of stakes on the line. 6 cars, 10 laps, 2 jokers. We get set to go green for Contenders in Atlanta. Green flag in Georgia. Off the line. Ballant comes across like Schumacher to his teammate on McDade into turn number 1. And Ballant exits stage left, and off the road he goes. McDade to the lead. Canfield mowing the lawn, and Funk in third. Over the jump, Garcia and Grove in the 505 and the 472. Looks like Ballant got a little greedy on trying to defend, came across, and that's all she wrote, but we'll get a second look. Off the track, Canfield nearly. Here comes Funk, here comes Garcia. Who will joker at the first time of asking? Side by side, it's Canfield, and it is Funk. Jokering is Garcia. Contact with Funk, and Canfield in the fishbowl. The only car to joker, Brian, is Garcia.
I didn't think Funk had enough room to get out of there. Let's go look at Matt Grove's onboard view. Look at how much dust he is having to contend with. He can barely see the track right now. That's always a challenge. I might have jokered if I were him. You got 2 cars really battling up front. Might want to get away from them, but he's
stuck in traffic.
Not to. Stays outside.
At the end of the first lap, Garcia leads with that joker lap, trying to make it 2 wins in a row to open the season. He takes his second joker right off the rip in the 505. Will McDade joker? He's looking, but he was all the way off the track in the 111. Canfield, Funk, Grove. Grove stays out again. Funk jokers. I think he's going to wait, Grove is, to the last 2 laps, Brian.
Doesn't make sense, though.
You have to fight your way through the traffic.
Well, yeah. If you wait too long, everybody else is going to joker. You're just going to joker back out to the back of everybody.
So Garcia now. McDade has 1 joker left. We'll see that. Funk and Ballant battling for the final spot on the rostrum, the final transfer spot to the World Championship event. Funk from West Virginia, Ballant from Great Britain, and Ballant jokers in the 49. That will put him to second on the road, in front of his teammate, but behind Garcia, jokering as well as Canfield, in the 023. So what will happen when this field begins to merge back together? And I want to keep my eyes on Matty Grove in the 472. Fastest lap for Kevin Garcia, 45.629 for the man from New Mexico. Over the jump for Grove. In the Fiesta with the shorter wheelbase, he should be able to rip through these tighter corners, especially the fishbowl off screen. McDade has exited. The joker dips the right rear into the ditch there. Contact in the fishbowl. Locking it up, also off monitor, is Garcia in the 505. Canfield and Funk came together. Garcia has to get the car back situated. He's got McDade a second behind him. Garcia resets fastest lap, 45.613. Let's take a second look at what happened. Canfield loops it in the fishbowl. The track grips up, and you're not expecting it, and Clinton Funk, an innocent victim, it looks like. Lap number 5 beginning for Kevin Garcia. Rather, he's halfway through that lap in the 505, down the back straightaway. With McDade in tow, gap is 2.3 from the championship leader to the 111. Blue number plate, blue number banner, and on the pylon signifying championship leader. You'll see the top 3 when they transfer to the World Championship race, Brian. They will have blue boxes to signify that they are Contenders class drivers in the top split.
I think Kevin Garcia, Josh, just hit fastest lap every single lap. He's just getting faster and faster over time. 45.4
for the man from New Mexico. The top 3, top 4 are done with their strategies. Clinton's got 1 joker left, but he was stranded in the fishbowl for the longest time. So the pin to the grenade here is Matty Grove. Can he sneak in to the top 3 and disrupt this party between TWR and KLR at the sharp end of the field?
I think once he takes both of his, he'll come out 4th. He is. He's got quite a bit of time. He's got. Oof.
It's 21.5 to Garcia. And what's the delta? 8 seconds?
Yeah, somewhere around there. So
he's going to come out behind Balland. You're right. If I'm doing quick mental math, for sure. So we'll just have to see as we focus on Canfield in the 0-23. McDade and Balland, closest battle we have right now between the teammates in the 111 and the 49. Through the fishbowl on lap number 7. Canfield, Funk, and Grove. I do think Maddie's going to wait till the last lap, but I think I agree with you. The first couple laps that he did not joker hindered him for sure.
Going wide off the track, loses a spot to Kevin Boland.
And Clinton Funk has crashed in the fishbowl again. And these teammates can't race too hard. Of course, you want to race for all the points you can in this split, but if they crash each other, not only is Kieran Lifflander going to be very upset, rule number 1, you don't crash your teammate in motor racing, but they would lose that transfer spot. As we come to 2 laps to go, for Kevin Garcia's got a couple corners left until he gets to that 2 laps to go. Matty Grove has passed Clinton Funk, as we still stay focused on the 472. Kevin Garcia did not reset fastest lap this last time around, Mr. Sawyer. It was a 45.9, but he's the only car in the 45-second bracket. Matty Grove jokers in the 472, comes out battling Canfield down to the final corner, and the former champion takes the 4th position. So it's going to be... Ooh, no, it's 17 seconds.
He's got 12. He's got 12 to McDade. So. Unless Garth has some sort of incident in this fishbowl here, which it doesn't look like he's going to have.
Lap and a half to go.
It's his position to lose.
And Grove Jokers now nowhere close to the top 3 transfer for the former series champion for Slapex Racing. We focus on Kevin Garcia off the final corner to take the white flag here in Atlanta, trying to go 2 wins in a row, continue his championship momentum when he won the Futures Division a couple seasons ago. Balland 2nd, 3rd McDade. They are holding the transfer spots to the World Championship race. We got TWR and KLR up front. Grove, Canfield, and Funk, the remaining running order. All strategies are played. And unless there's a big accident in this final set of corners, this will be the running order and the results here in Atlanta. Final corner for Kevin Garcia. He will join a tie with some big names in sim racing from NASA's past. Benjamin Gay, Chad Mikas, Chris Wetz, Keith Sherman, Matty Grove, and Spencer Gilmore. 2nd win for Kevin Garcia for Contenders in Atlanta. Balland and McDade will both transfer to the World Championship race. Grove, Canfield, and Funk are remaining classification from round 2 in Atlanta. It's easy to say that points leader will still be Mr. Garcia in the 505. The drop week is a little finicky.
Where is he going?
He is on the oval at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. I wish they did something with this here. iRacing has plenty of opportunity to play around with these Legends ovals. It reminds me of the Charlotte Global Rallycross track back in 2012, the Texas track back in 2012. They ran here in Atlanta in 2013 as well, utilizing the Legends course, and Garcia burning it down on the front straightaway of the oval here in Atlanta. As going to do things a bit differently as Inside Baseball, we are super early for starting World Championship coverage. So don't go anywhere. We might run a set of ads, and we might go to a little coverage commences soon screen with some wonderful ASN music. We will be back at the top of the hour for the Atlanta Grand Prix for the NASA Rallycross World Championship.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to NordVPN.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Absolutely be doing what he has to do. He has to go for the championship. He has to recover the points that he lost. He's down the race, takes the lead in the 12. What a move. And he takes the lead and
Side
holds
by
it.
side between these two in the terminal. This is going to get spicy.
Exiting turn one, over the jump to begin the first lap, clog at the inside line. McFarland contact between them. They are still side by side. This opens the door for Wetz. He can't make anything happen. From the 26, he has not won in quite some time. Ragster acing the entry to turn one, up Eddie to the inside of Magnus, gives him a nudge. The grip strip on the inside, Phil. Wetz had a little bit better run, but looks like Rocky's going to spot. Last week in Australia, Winton proved that even the best of the best can make mistakes. Defending world champion Kieran Lifflander crashed in qualifying, while four-time world champion Evan McFarlane crashed from the lead of the Grand Prix, setting the stage for Lifflander to take the victory, opening his championship defense in the best possible way. We go from the newest circuit on the service to one of the oldest. What will we witness today in Georgia? Once Brian figures out how to push some buttons, the Atlanta Grand Prix is next. Our venue tonight is the Atlanta Motor Speedway, first race by NASA in 2018. Opened in 1960, this .97-mile circuit is one of the original Rallycross tracks on the service. Mid-corner surface changes will catch out our drivers, especially in the banked fishbowl and the hairpin at the end of the lap. Watch for the dirt sweeper after the fishbowl. It's extremely easy to drop the right rear off the curb into the ditch and have a massive accident. In NASA Rallycross, after open practice, we head to single-car 3-lap qualifying. The top 8 qualifiers receive bonus points, and the order, not inverted, that's in Contenders. It'll be set for our 5-lap heat races. You win your heat, you're straight to the feature, 2 bonus points. Rest of the field sent to the semifinal, also 5 laps, as the top half of each of those races will advance. The top 3 will earn some extra points, and that'll set the stage for our 10-lap feature race. And unique to NASA Sim Racing, 2 jokers taken across the evening tonight. The 34th season of the NASA Rallycross World Championship continues tonight live on the Automotive Sports Network. With Brian Sawyer in the production truck and also next to me in the commentary box, my name is Josh Mertz, as NASA and ASN are proud to welcome you to the 8th running of the Atlanta Grand Prix. The NASA Rallycross Challenge on ASN is brought to you by Whiplash SimCams, bringing you every angle, every lap. Visit facebook.com/WSimCams, and thank you, Andrew Cardinale IV, for camera support all season. And also by Alex Zabetti, producer of the official NASA Sim Racing theme music. Mr. Sawyer, Evan crashed from the lead again, handed the victory to Kieran on a silver platter, and Zach Goddard snuck onto the podium. I want to hear your thoughts about last week as we get set for round 2 tonight in Atlanta.
Yeah, Josh, last week was a doozy. Never want to see either one of those guys, pretty much anybody, crash from the lead in any race, but it was a pretty good race. I was excited to see these cars for the first time on Winton, how tight the racing actually was. Now we're going to, I wouldn't say a much wider track, but you get a little bit more maneuverability here. Turns 1 through 3 is still pretty tight, but looking forward to a good race. The Joker is definitely something that's very interesting, adds a lot of strategy here, so looking forward to a good race.
Let's take a look, Brian, at the championships before we head to qualifying to refresh everybody's memory for the NASA Rallycross World Championship, both drivers, constructors, and manufacturers. And
heading into this evening
at the top, Ryan. Whew, it's getting good already between the two kids. Sorry, go ahead. You're good now.
It's okay. Starting at the top, Kieran Lifflander leads 33 points to Evan McFarlane's 30. Evan tied with Carter Gosh for second place with 30 points. We got a lot of ties, I think. Zach Goddard in provisional 3rd/4th at 25. Devin Hughes, Jonathan Harris, Jeff Cartwright, Dallas DeBard, Joshua Darnell, and Matthew Lindy round out the top 10. You got like 3 ties in there. That's interesting. Going over to the team standings, KLR Black Phantom at 55 to TWR Subi Squad's 42. Roll Z Racing 35, Channel 199 Sim Racing 30, KLR Aqua Storm 30, JC Sim Sports 22, Slaypex Racing powered by TWRS 21, Team Dog Racing, KLR Pink Fury, and KLR Blue Thunder finish that field.
I know we're 1 week in, but with KLR leading the Constructors' Championship, will they be able to steal the championship away? TWR Subi Squad third, I know how to read, on the Constructors World Championship list. MRT with 12, Revolution Racing 6, TWR Subi Squad with 6. They've won the last 3 in a row. So much to play for here in Atlanta, and we are going to set the session over to this qualifying session. 8 minutes technically. You got 3 laps. We'll have some time for a little bit of podcasting after these guys run their laps. And Atlanta, such a fun track with the fishbowl, the threading the needle nature of turns, call it 1, 2, and 3. And I'm interested to see, after Carter Gosh's debut podium in Winton, what will he do in car number 91. First car on track, Umut Akdeniz in the 31, and I said this in the driver's meeting, but I want to publicly say on stream, we've got a couple Europeans and Aussies that have joined us as we transition back to Monday nights. I as an American, my globe knowledge of time zones is very minimal at the moment. I want to say thank you. I don't know what time it is where you are, but I want to say thank you for joining us for the NASA Rallycross World Championship back on Monday nights. And we focus now on, is that Daryl Young in the 25, Brian?
Sorry, I tried to stick on Umet.
It's okay. Umet's in the Ford Fiesta. Focus, words are hard. I don't even remember what car this is, Brian. It's been such a crazy... It says Fiesta on his hood. I don't know how to read. I think I forgot how to read. Okay.
I think you forgot what cars are.
I forgot what cars are. I forgot what tracks are. Everything. So Umat's going to be the first car to set a lap. He's making his first start in Atlanta, he said, in the driver's meeting. And he crosses the line, sets the benchmark at a 45.218. Josh Darnell, former Contenders champion, 44.3. Jeff Cartwright, 44.7. Daryl Young, 45.6. Jonathan Harris, 45.9. Ran an identical lap time to Chris Luning. Garth McDade, 47.8. Kevin Ballant, 45.7. 45.3 for Leckenby. Carter Gosh across the line to begin his first lap. We have the former world champion, Evan McFarland, on track in the 04. Let's pick him up. The kid from California for Channel 199 Sim Racing. Jonathan Harris goes to 9th. Lindy to 2nd. McFarland crosses the line. Former winner here in Atlanta, 43.947 for the former world champion. He goes P1 by 0.3 of a second. Picking up Carter Gosh in the 91. Impressive debut last week in Winton in Australia. Ripping the handbrake just a pinch. It's so hard to get this car through the dirt, over the jump. And an impressive 19 cars tonight for the World Championship split. 44.764. It is 7th quick for the 91. Evans already reset off track, Brian, in the 04. Think they're playing the game where he waits for our Liftlander. Zach Goddard to 3rd. And the reigning and defending NASA Rallycross World Champion, Kieran Liftlander, on track in car number 20. Dubois to 8th. Kevin Garcia to 10th. Let's ride on board with the World Champion and enjoy a lap here in Atlanta. Final corner for Kieran Liftlander. Can he steal the pole position away from his title rival, Evan McFarland, across the line after lap 1? It is a 44.075. He is searching for a 10th of a second. McFarlane on the qualifying list. He is second. Oh, God. Evan McFarlane is second on the seeding round list. Fastest in qualifying to me. He's got 28. I have 36. Kieran Lifflander is 8th with 13. He's tied with Jake Robertson. If he steals this away, he'll be tied with a couple other famous names in NASA Sim Racing. Connor Parisi, Francois Martel. Final corner for Lifflander on lap number 2. McFarlane has not responded yet. He has not gotten on track as we look at Zach Blanche for the moment. In the 2, crossing the line is Lifflander in the 20, 44.080. He is looking still for a 10th of a second, Brian.
Incredible, Josh, how much control these kids can words are hard. How much control these kids can maintain over those bumps in the first couple sections. They're just eating the curbs, acting like it doesn't matter. Some people take these curbs and you watch their car just go out
he
of
touched the
control
wall,
there.
Brian, off the road into the ditch.
That wall too.
And around he goes. It will not be pole position for the reigning world champion. And McFarlane now. Do you think he was watching that? Because now he's on track for potentially a glory run in the 0-4.
Absolutely. Ever since they added the feature where you could watch each other, these kids have just not gotten on the track until they're done watching each other run. They go back and forth, and unfortunate for Kieran, touches the inside wall. Once you touch the inside, you're almost destined to touch the outside. There's not much control you can regain under that.
As McFarlane begins his third and final lap, they utilize the grass on entry into turn 1. I tried to do that when you and I raced in the Lights World Championship, and it's just so sketchy to drive on the grass to get the car to rotate, because if you turn in a pinch too soon, it's over. Into turn 1, McFarlane through the fishbowl, through the sweeper.
It's so hard. You have to touch your back left tire, but not the front left tire, just to get just enough rotation. It's very hard to do.
Through the final corner, over the jump, it will be qualifying pole position seeding round win, number 29 for the 4-time world champion, Evan McFarlane. And records are made to be broken. I'm sitting and sweating with 36 on this list. And McFarlane just set number 29. Philip Kraus with 22, Cody Erdman 16, and Connor Parisi 14. Top 4, all world champions in NASA Rallycross. That will set the grid for the heat races here in Atlanta. McFarlane on top of the board. Lifflander, Darnell, Lindy Goddard, the top 5. Zach Blanche, Carter Gosh, Cartwright, Hughes, Dubois, Garcia, and Umut Ekton Isley, the top 12. Jamison Leckenby, Daryl Young, Kevin Ballan, Jonathan Harris, Chris Lunan, Eddie Boyles, and Garth McDade, 19th and last in the field. I have to bring this up again. If you joined us a little bit earlier on, we had 6 cars to the NASA Rallycross Contenders race, and it seemed a little ridiculous at the beginning of the season. We got 6 cars for Contenders. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what it's supposed to be. Contenders is supposed to be the place where you learn how to drive these cars, because, Brian, 19 cars for a world championship race. We haven't seen that in a while. I can't even tell you when the last time we had that many cars was.
Yeah, it's very nice to see a field this full. It's very nice to hit the next button on the results page for qualifying for one of the supercar races. Don't get to do it all too often. Excited that we get to do it now with the little bit changing up of the fields here.
As also, if you're just joining us, we only have 15 seconds, so we won't pull up the full schedule. We have the finale for SimCar on Thursday at Sebring. That is, I think it's, 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock Eastern time. You'll have myself and Brian. Crosscar has been tentatively canceled, so our next NASA Rallycross race will be next Monday for Contenders and the World Championship. As qualifying finished here in Atlanta, in our grid for heat number 1, Evan McFarlane, Matthew Lindy, former teammates, Carter Gosh in third, Eric Dubois, Jamison Leckenby, Jonathan Harris, and Garth McDade for this first heat race for the Atlanta Grand Prix. This is Evan's third seeding round win in a row, including the season finale last season. Heat number 1 in Atlanta. Green flag. Off the line. Good start for Gosh. He's got to make some move. On McFarlane, down to turn 1. Contact with Lindy, and McFarlane around as Lindy in the center of the track hits Dubois in the 000, the man from Maine, off the road to the back of the field. McFarlane begins the first lap proper. Gosh in second. Harris, Leckenby, McDade, Dubois, and Lindy off the road in the pit lane in car number 3. No limits on if you can take a joker off the rip. Here in Atlanta, Gosh stays out, Harris stays out, Leckenby, McDade. Everybody else, it looks like, except for McFarlane, Brian, took to the regular course on the first time of asking. And now McFarlane, decent chunk of road between him and Carter Gosh as we end the first lap.
Yeah, so I said if you're confident in your speed, I said it in the Contenders race. Carter Gosh, oh, I thought he was losing it right there. That was a big handbrake turn. He got it under control. But yeah, if you're confident in your speed and your ability to stay in front of people, you're up front. You take that joker lap first time, every time. Get away from all the other cars. Get away from all the nonsense that could happen behind you.
Evan has completed his strategy in the 04.
I'm going to go take a look back at what happened off the start there.
I think it was it Lindy and Jonathan Harris that came together? Very professional rolling back. Or did Lindy lose it on his own? Ooh, oh no, it was McFarlane. McFarlane kind of, well, he didn't straight line the corner, but that's kind of the line you have to take. And I mean, turn 1 in Rallycross, we know it's the race is the start. As McFarlane still leads, Gosh in second. Third is Harris. Leckenby, McDade, Dubois, and Lindy. I don't know how to read. Josh Darnell is giving Uman Akdenizli a lesson on which car to pick in the session chat at the moment. And Chris Lunan's making fun of everyone who drives a WRX, when in reality, he actually drives a WRX, but I digress. Dubois exits the Joker in the 000. McFarlane is the only car done with his strategy according to timing, but we'll see as it updates, he resets fastest lap 44.118. And what's interesting with this is these guys have the freshest track for the heat races. You go to heat 2, you go to heat 3, it is not going to be a fun time for those guys. McDade Jokers in the 111 comes out. Will he be battling Gosh in the 91 down to the final couple of corners? And Gosh trying to get the rotation, the two teammates for Kieran Lifflander Racing. Gosh from Minnesota, McDade from Idaho.
Back when I used to drive these cars, I feel like the line was to grab the inside of the grass on the left turn. Oh my gosh. Carter Gosh. Hitting that bump. Take it to his Joker. He's going to come out back in front of Jonathan Harris for P2 for the final couple corners. But like I was saying, back when I used to drive these cars, I feel like the last corner here, you would grab the grass, kind of like Evan's doing. Yep. Evan's grabbing the grass. I see a lot of people just going super wide, not grabbing it.
Checkered flag. I have to agree on that. McFarlane wins heat number 1. Gosh, Leckenby, Harris, McDade, Dubois, and Lindy to the semifinal. McFarlane pole position for the Atlanta Grand Prix by 2 seconds over Carter Gosh. I recall when I drove these, I would run that berm in the final corner. So I also agree. I'm not really too sure. Let's welcome in everybody hanging out with us on ASN Live as we head to heat number 2. Kieran Lifflander, reigning and defending NASA Rallycross World Champion, Zach Goddard, Jeff Cartwright, Kevin Garcia, Daryl Young, and Chris Lunan. As we get set to figure out who will start where Zach Goddard is in the feature here in Atlanta. 6 cars, another 5 laps, 2 Jokers in Atlanta. Green flag off the line. Great jump for the world champion. Ahead of Zach Goddard, coming across nearly fully into the 29, into turn 1. Lifflander leads Goddard. Garcia and Garcia and Cartwright dueling away as we exit the final quarter to begin the first lap. They're side by side with Young and Lunan at the back of the field. Single file into turn number 1. One car sideways, it's Young. He saves it in the 25. And who will joker on the first time of asking? Lifflander does, Goddard does, Garcia does, Cartwright stays out. Lunan does take to the joker. So it looks like it's a 4-2 split. Down to the final corner. This is not what these other guys want to see, is the reigning and defending world champion Lifflander out front, but he's got some connection issues, at least on my end, Brian. I'd be a little concerned if I was Lifflander at the end of the first lap.
He's a little blinky for me also, so that's something we normally don't see with him. We know we got some big storms rolling through on the East Coast. That's where he's located, so hopefully he stays connected the whole night. You never want to just disappear due to a storm. I've had it happen. It's not fun.
He's into the final corner, touches the wall on corner entry. Zach Goddard followed the world champion. So the former Futures and Contenders champion in the 29, the man from West Virginia, trying to get all the knowledge that he can from one of the fastest kids on the dirt road discipline on iRacing. I cannot believe, going back to what you said about how these guys, the kids are ripping these curbs without any hesitation, completely sending it, not phased, and it's just continuing to work.
Chris Lunan with the fastest lap.
Cartwright sets it at a 45.0, but remember, Kieran is yet to set a regular course lap. It does not count those for the fastest lap.
He's about to set his first regular lap. So our current fastest lap is a 45.0. Let's see what Kieran drops
44.
it down
Let's
to.
see. 44? 44.3 for the kid from South Carolina. Absolutely owns the record books in the NASA Rallycross Lights World Championship. Currently sits 5th on the wins list of Grand Prix winners in NASA Rallycross World Championship competition. 1 win behind Chris Wetz, 2 wins behind his fellow championship rival, Evan McFarlane.
Daryl Young taking the joker for the first time. He's got both to take. Let's see where he comes out. Probably going to be pretty close to Chris Lunan. Might be able to pick second position off of this. Real close to those cardboard barriers, so if you get a little too close, it will give you a track cut. You don't want to get that close, but we'll see what he can do this next time by. He's only 7 seconds off the lead. It's about an 8-second gain.
Huh.
There's a very real chance that Daryl Young's going to pop up into P2 after this.
And it'll be the best possible spot for him in the semifinal.
I lied to you. That was Daryl Young's second joker.
Brian Sawyer doesn't know how to read 2026 colorized. Love it.
No.
As Kieran Lifflander through the sweeper. Despite these connection issues, I'd be a little concerned for him. Cartwright jokers and takes the 3rd spot. So Kieran Lifflander will line up alongside Evan McFarlane. Where have we said and seen that before? The kid from South Carolina. Checkered flag, winning heat number 2. Zach Goddard in the 29 will cross the line to finish 2nd, best of the rest, with Cartwright going from 6th to 3rd, with Garcia right in tow, Daryl Young, and Chris Lunan rounding out the order for heat number 2. It's heat number 3. Getting ready to grid, and this will be the final 6 cars. Josh Darnell, Zach Blanche, Devin Hughes, Umut Akdenisley, Kevin Balland, and Ed Boyles.
Josh, this is a position I want when I'm racing here. I want that 3rd place position. Start to the inside. You start where Devin Hughes is. You see him on the inside there. I personally think this is the best spot to start in for an Atlanta race.
I mean,
sure, you have to have a good jump, but
green flag off the line. We'll finish the point in a second. Darnell and Blanche side by side down to turn 1. Balland, what a start for the Brit in the 49. Umut in the 31, and Blanche in the 2. Nearly contact with ball and over the jump. We saw in heat number 1, McFarlane and Lindy came together. You don't want to line up on the outside of the first row. Devin Hughes in 5th, minding his business from that 3rd starting spot. Who will joker on the first lap? Here in heat number 3, top 4. Devin might get a track cut for that one. He was way over the curb in the 60. There's 2 things that you can get a track cut for in the Joker, Brian. It's going, yeah, he did. He went way over the curb, the red and white curb, or if you hit those signs on driver's left, you will definitely get a slowdown penalty. Balland and Blanche battling for second. We ride on board the 49 of Kevin Balland for Kieran Lifflander Racing. Behind Zach Blanche in the 2. Clobbering the curb with the left side of that Subaru. Jokering is Darnell in the 029. Blanche, Balland, Boyles, and Hughes, they all stay out through the fishbowl. Such a phenomenal corner, Brian, but you have to be brave and you have to not be afraid of those walls.
Yeah, you got to be able to get as close as you can. You can really know what you're doing on those cars. If you touch the wall, you're going to have a bad time, but you can't be afraid of it because you need to get as close as possible.
It's a lesson that is, if anyone joining us and hasn't driven Rallycross on iRacing and you end up experimenting, you cannot be afraid of the walls because they will win whether you crash into them or whether you are dangerously slow. You have to stay focused.
Exponentially making a good run on Kevin Boland. Takes off
Umut
to the
jokers,
Joker.
but he hasn't ran this track. I don't think he has practiced the Joker except for this heat race. He'll be hindered on that merge. Side by side with Devin Hughes. 31 and 60. Hughes clips the curb. Closes the door on Umut. Here comes Umut over under. Side by side. This is for the second spot on the road.
Umut can keep it side by side. He's not going to be able to. If he can keep it side by
no
side.
No way. Side by side into turn 1. They don't touch. Wow.
Oh,
he poked the nose in, but it was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. You don't do that normally.
Oh, no. Usually the car on the inside will win that every time, and the car on the outside usually ends up in the outfield.
Blanche jokers in the 2. Balland jokers. Blanche up front. Huge run on Darnell. Into the final corner. Coming to the white flag. Over, under. This is for the race lead. This is on merit between the 2 former teammates. Over the jump. Darnell and Blanche. Door banging as we take the white flag. What a save for the Aussie in the 2. Using the cross car experience that he had. Race winner last season at Daytona. When the 2 kids had an issue, he touches Darnell, cuts the curb. If these guys come together, Balland's going to love this. We're going to be side by side into the fishbowl. And Darnell turns in, tries the over-under. Blanche holds the lead. Everybody's done with their jokers. Phenomenal stuff.
That was an aggressive move, but I don't think you want to try it on entry like Darnell did there. I think you want to try that one on exit.
And Blanche and Darnell, first and second. Darnell will have to go to the semifinal. He tries to rip the grass over the jump. And it'll be Zach Blanche in a one-off race tonight, winning as he tried to let Darnell through. By 0.05, he wins over Darnell. Balland, Hughes, Acton, Isley, and Boyles to the semifinal. And just like that, we are into the semifinals. I'm looking off monitor at Eddie Boyles, who doesn't have a front bumper on his Move Over It's Speedy Time Volkswagen. You might have to have a conversation with your driver, Mr. Sawyer.
He can do whatever he wants with that car.
That's fair. Grid for the first semifinal. Gosh, Darnell, Cartwright, Harris, Hughes, Young, Dubois, and Boyles. Now, the top 5. Are we having a 13-car feature tonight? Oh,
yes, we
gosh. Top 5 will transfer, so 3 cars will not make the show. 13 cars? You're trying to make me lose my mind here?
Yeah,
all right.
Bit.
That's fair. Somebody has to. So, according to you, Cartwright's in the catbird seat for this start. We'll just have to wait and see. Calamity in turn 1 is expected, and we're only in semifinal A in Atlanta. Green flag. What a start from Harris in the 75. Gosh comes across into Cartwright. He did not cover. Harris into the first corner. Darnell gets passed by Harris. We're side by side with Gosh, with Harris, with Darnell. Over the jump, they touch. Around he goes. Does he save it? Yes, he does. Comes across, does Darnell into Harris, and no, he does not save it. 2 around. Massive crash with Eddie Boyles and Devin Hughes off the start. Left front on Boyles' car is demolished, and Devin Hughes still going. But just like that, that might be the heat race done and dusted. Darnell, Boyles, and Harris all in the pit lane.
Yeah, all 3 of those cars, they are really messed up. They're not able to drive anymore.
As Gosh leads at the end of the first lap. What a save for the 91. Dubois in the 000. Hughes in the 60 by the skin of his teeth. Cartwright and Young. Top 5 transfer. Top 5 are the only ones left. Brian, go ahead if you want. Let's take a second look at what just happened on the start of semifinal A.
Absolutely. We'll go look at that whole sequence once again. Looks like Darnell gets a little loose, gets into the 75. Not sure who the 75 is. They clip him. They do a tandem spin. And then the traffic in the back does not slow down, and they all just collide into them.
Devin Hughes saw nothing but smoke, aimed for the right side, and
Jonathan
hoped.
Harris and then
Harris in the 75. As Eddie Boyles is back on track without the left front on his car. I think he was trying to make up potentially some spots. Eric Dubois finished his strategy. He leads on the road. Carter Gosh still has 1 joker left. He set fastest lap. Did the driver from Minnesota in the 91. As Dubois leads us ahead of Hughes. And Young and Cartwright. Cartwright, no jokers taken. Gosh and Young have 1 left. I'm interested to see how this will transpire. Of course, all 5 of these guys transfer. They survive the chaos in turn 1, but it depends on where you finish for your grid spot, of course, for the Grand Prix. So it's not like you would just pull over, Brian, and say, oh, I'm in the top 5. I got it. Nope, you push till the end.
Exactly. Gosh and Young haven't finished their
Hughes,
strategy
issue
yet.
in turn 1 for the 60. And, ooh, he lost it on corner entry. And that's the second time this has happened this season. It happened last week in Australia for the Canadian. Lost it in turn 1. He's back going. No harm of losing that transfer spot as we've documented. I don't know if you could pull up a replay of that.
Maybe. No.
No?
He didn't do anything
Okay.
severe enough to trigger anything on my side.
That's fair. So Eric Dubois will lead at the beginning of the white flag lap. Carter Gosh has that joker in his pocket, I think. So we'll see when timing updates. Did he sneak off to the joker? No, he didn't. So he will be seeing where he will come out in relation to Dubois. Makes the hard right to the joker. Through the bumps. Avoid the signs. Avoid the ditch on driver's right. And down the back straightaway. Shout out Romain Rateau, former race winner in the NASA Rallycross World Championship, hanging out in chat with us off the road. Was that Dubois in the 000?
No,
It was. Final corner, over the jump for Carter Gosh. Massive bouncing like a lowrider across the line, celebrating in the 91. Cartwright finishes 2nd, 3rd Daryl Young, 4th Dubois, and 5th will be Devin Hughes, the final car to transfer into the Grand Prix out of semifinal A, with Darnell, Boyles, and Harris, best of the rest, in Atlanta. We will see if we have any Fords in this second semi-final. Zach Goddard, Jamison Leckenby, Kevin Bolland, Kevin Garcia, Garth McDade, Umut Akhten-Isley, and Chris Lunan, both in Ford Fiestas, and Matthew Lindy, 8th and last, the former Contenders champion. What can he do from last on the grid after crashing with his former teammate in turn 1? Another race with a top 5 transfer, and that will set the grid for the Atlanta Grand Prix. We wait for Garcia to join up.
Contenders drivers in this session also, so we get to see if any of them get to make the feature.
As blue boxes designate those Contenders Series drivers. Semifinal B in Atlanta. Green flag. Good start for Goddard in the 29. Leckenby in the 4. Garcia comes across into McDade, nearly into Lindy. Into turn 1, McDade slides side-by-side ball land with Leckenby, and Lindy gets hit again, this time by McDade in the 111. Over the jump, Goddard, ball land, Leckenby, Acton Isley, Lunan, Lindy, Garcia, and McDade trying to get turned around. And the man from West Virginia, Zach Goddard, leads going into turn number 1. Ball land all over the rear wing with Leckenby in tow in the Ford Fiesta. Who will Joker on the first time? Goddard does, Balland does, Leckenby does not, nor does Acton Isley, so the 2 Fords stay out. The 3 Fords, rather, stay out with Lunan as well. And McDade stays out, I believe, in the 111. No, he Jokers. Final corner, Goddard still leads. The 2 Fords are having a scintillating battle through the fishbowl, through the sweeper, down to the final corner. Leckenby and Acton Isley. So tricky to get the car pointed before that surface changes, Brian. And Leckenby pushes out wide. Acton Isley in the 31 trying to take the spot. This is for 5th and 6th. This is for the transfer in the semifinal. Jokering is Goddard up front. His strategy's done. Leckenby
seems to have backed out a little bit on that.
Oh, Umat got a slowdown in the 31. And he takes to the Joker. I don't know if that's going to hinder him. Balland, Lindy, Garcia.
That's really got
so
hurt.
easy to do.
You don't want to take your slowdown in the Joker. You'd rather just be slower in the fishbowl and fake burn that slowdown instead of decimating your 8-second advantage.
As Goddard done with his strategy, Balland's got 1 Joker left. Lindy's got 1 Joker left. Balland sets fastest lap, does the Brit in the 49. Kevin Garcia 4th. Uman Acton Isley 5th. Leckenby, Lunan, McDade 6th, 7th, and 8th. Those guys are currently out, looking in on a transfer spot, but it all hinders on how Umat handles his Joker. No slowdown this time. Fastest lap was that Chris Lunan in the 86 that scored that one. Jokering is Lunan in the 86. And the field begins to compress after the Joker rotations. Battling, it was Lunan and Garcia in the final corner. And they touch. Lunan slides it. Can he save it? He does! In the Ford Fiesta. Zach Goddard, fastest lap, 45-1. 2 to go. Lunan's not happy with Garcia, but of course, knowing Chris Lunan, it's not totally serious. They both clobber the curbs.
Thought he was about to go to the moon, Josh.
Kevin Garcia Jokers in the 505, comes out battling Acton Isley, has to hit the binders to avoid the Turk in the 31. Down the back straightaway. On the road, this is for 3rd and 4th. Umat's done with his strategy. Garcia's got 1 left. If I'm Garcia, well, he'll have to Joker on this last time of asking. Unless that was his final one. I don't know how to read. Words are hard. Reading is hard. White flag for Goddard.
That was
Garcia's done.
one.
Balland in the 49 has 1 left. Leckenby has a Joker left in the 51. I want to keep an eye on that. Goddard leads, Lindy 2nd, Umat 3rd, Garcia and Balland. They hold the transfer spots. Leckenby has to follow Balland through the Joker. They pass Umat. Umat with his slowdown had nothing doing. Here comes Balland side by side with Lindy. Down to the final corner. Lindy deep on the brakes in the 3. Over under for Balland. Goddard wins the semifinal. Balland back to 2nd. Here comes Lindy. They touch off the road. No, he doesn't. Leckenby as well. This is 3rd, 4th, 5th. Umat's going to hold it. Umat, after the slowdown, will transfer into the Grand Prix. What happened to Kevin Garcia? Lunan, McDade, and Garcia out in Atlanta. That is very interesting, Brian. What happened? Did Kevin Garcia just not have the pace?
Let me see if I can find out what happened. No.
Well,
maybe. Let's take a
let's do this.
Let's take a little peeky. This is near the end. Let's go find Garcia. All the names are on my list now. None of the names I'm looking for. There's Garcia. This what we're looking for, Josh? Maybe.
I don't know. He just lost. I'm shocked with Umat's slowdown that he still transferred.
Just had a slowdown. Yeah, he lost a lot of pace. It looks like. Yeah. Either way, end.
Yeah, we will. We'll go ahead and figure that out. We're going to step aside for one last time here on ASN. On the other side of the break, we go racing for the Atlanta Grand Prix.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to NordVPN.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Absolutely be doing what he has to do. He has to go for the championship. He has to recover the points that he lost. He's down the race, takes the lead in the 12. What a move. And he takes the lead and holds
Side by
it.
side between these two in the terminal. This is going to get spicy.
Exiting turn one, over the jump to begin the first lap clock at the inside line. McFarland comes attack between them. They are still side by side. This opens the door for Wetz. He can't make anything happen. From the 26, he has not won in quite some time. Dragster acing the entry to turn one, up Eddie to the inside of Magnus, gives him a nudge. The grip strip on the inside, Phil. Wetz had a little bit better run, but looks like Robbie's going to hold his power. The NASA Rallycross Challenge on ASN is brought to you by Whiplash SimCams, bringing you every angle, every lap. Visit facebook.com/WSimCams, and thank you Andrew Cardinale IV for camera support all season. and also by Alex Zabetti, producer of the official NASA Sim Racing theme music. And if you like what you have seen tonight, be sure to subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network, no matter the platform, at ASN TV USA. And if you DM Brian really nicely, he might give you that .onion domain for the dark web. If you'd like to race with us, we have something for everyone in 2026. All the info is at nasasimracing.com. As we welcome you back to round 296 of the championship overall, round 2 of the 34th season of the NASA Rallycross World Championship here in Atlanta, Georgia. With Brian Sawyer in the production truck, and also next to me in the commentary box, my name is Josh Mertz, live on the Automotive Sports Network. And Mr. Sawyer, we've got 36 seconds. It's word salad for 2 seconds. Who will join Philip Kraus, Matt Hartley, Magnus Okenhaug, Jake Robertson, Luke Kraus, Francois Martel, and Evan McFarland as a winner of the Atlanta Grand Prix?
I think Evan McFarland's going to be joining himself and holding his own hand. So I think he's going to be a repeat winner here.
That'll be the first repeat winner here in Atlanta. And some who's who of NASA Rallycross, all these names. Magnus Okenhaug dueled with Matt Hartley, former world champion back in 2020. Jake Robertson arguably could have won that 2020 championship. Luke Kraus, one of the world championship drivers, the pro world championship drivers. Francois Martel, former world champion in NASA. Philip Kraus, Hall of Famer of NASA Sim Racing. As we get set to roll for the feature race of the Atlanta Grand Prix. 13 cars, 10 laps, and 2 jokers. I have to walk out of my house to get my hard hat and gloves and glasses, because this is going to be spicy. The grid. Evan McFarland, Kieran Lifflander, Zach Blanche. It's a repeat of the last couple seasons between those three. Newcomer Carter Gosh, Zach Goddard, Jeff Cartwright, Lindy, Young, Leckenby, Dubois, Balland, Hughes, and Acton Isley, 13th and last on this grid. McFarland with 4 championships. Lifflander has 2 in lights, 1 world championship. Goddard's got a couple. Lindy's got 1. Interestingly, 1 car that missed the show, Josh Darnell in the 029. Thanks for joining us all evening, whether it was for Contenders or for the NASA Rallycross World Championship tonight on ASN as we get set to go green in Atlanta. Green flag. Did Kieran jump the start? He was blinking in the 20. I will be amazed if that was not a jump start for the world champion. Blanche and McFarland side by side. Blanche slides at the Aussie, takes the spot. Lindy, contact between multiple cars. Gosh goes to 3rd, side by side over the jump around. He goes, does he save it? He does! As McFarland in the 4th spot from the lead. Here comes Lindy in the 3 down to the 1st corner, takes the spot on Goddard. Young, Balland, Acton Isley, Dubois, Hughes, and Leckenby all torn up with Cartwright as well. We missed it. We'll try and get a look at some point in this race. Jokering is Acton Isley, Lindy, Gosh, Lifflander. Hughes stays out. A duel in the fishbowl between Goddard and Young. What did we witness at the end of the first lap? Lifflander leads. Does he have a penalty, Brian?
I'm not seeing a penalty for Kieran, so I'm assuming that was a clean jump, just pixel perfect.
Unbelievable for the kid from South Carolina. Mastering that start. We had that chaos in the back. We'll try and take a look. I can keep an eye off monitor if you have that, because Jamison Leckenby all torn up in the 51. And this is a replay
sure what happened here, Josh.
From high up. We're going to learn together. We'll just let it play, and I'm keeping an eye.
Looks like
Cartwright exit stage left.
Jamison Leckenby just landed on top of another vehicle. And that was chaos. Pretty much it. The rest of it was a bunch of perfect driving from everybody, just able to save their own vehicles. Just 2 really got caught up in that. That's, all things considered, only losing 2 out of a 13-car field off turn 2 is not a bad one.
Lindy to the race lead. He's done with his strategy. The kid from California racing under the Filipino flag for family. Dubois in the 000 in 2nd. According to my timing, now he begins to drop down the order. As Lifflander back to the lead as well, into the 20. Blanche in the 2, Lindy in the 3. So the jokers are beginning to unravel, and it has timing all over the place. As Dubois, Gauche in the 91 has impressed me. The car control that we saw tonight from him, incredible in the 91. No surprise that he is signed on to KLR. And Lifflander leads on lap number 4. Cartwright off the lead lap. We stay focused for now on Acton Isley and Balland. This is for the 7th position. All these guys have a joker left. Devin Hughes in the 60 as well. Evan McFarlane, former world champion, in 10th with 2 jokers left in the 04. He takes his first one following Devin Hughes. Where will he come out? Takes the spot from Carter Ghosh in the 91.
That puts him 11 seconds back from Kieran.
He saved it, but he slammed the wall on entry.
That wall's not too bad to hit. You're okay. Okay, just a little bit, but he's 12 seconds off of Kieran, so it's looking like it's going to put him in 2nd place once he takes his next one. And he's in traffic, so I would be taking it relatively soon and just trying to win on pace. And there he goes. Doesn't want to deal with the traffic. Pops up into P2. Zach Blanche going to be right behind him.
I took a look off monitor.
A pace battle for Kieran and Evan.
Balland and Acton Isley, they were door banging over the jump. The only thing that Evan could hope for is the worst thing to hope for as a driver is having your competitor have some bad luck. Lifflander's had connection issues all evening in the 20. And the real world equivalent, Brian, it's like something broke on the car. He's got to hope that he can stay connected for these final 5 laps.
Exactly. Josh, I kind of want to go take a look back at the start if we can and see if we can see what happens with Kieran Lifflander there. That start again.
Go ahead, Brian. I'll take a look at live pictures off monitor.
That's not the start.
As we looked for the moment, that was Zach Blanche and Carter Ghosh as they are off monitor, dueling away. Blanche and Ghosh this is for the spot on the podium. Thanks for coming back to this. We'll try and get that replay maybe during the post-race show. 4 laps to go. Lifflander leads ahead of McFarlane. Blanche in 3rd, Ghosh in 4th, Lindy 5th. Does Ghosh have it? No, that was his final joker. Okay, so he is caught up on strategy. Balland and Acton Isley have a joker left, but they are not going to affect anybody further up in the order. And I'd be worried if I was Kieran. He keeps blinking in and out of this session. But I don't think the battle for 3rd's over, Brian. Blanche, Lindy, Ghosh, 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Yeah, it's going to start coming down the last couple laps. Who's willing to break deeper on some of
One
these
car
turns?
around in the sweeper. It's Jeff Cartwright. He gets off the road to avoid any issues, but put the 55 down to 12th. 3 laps to go for Kieran Lifflander. I am genuinely shocked that
Zach Blanche, big track cut. He's going to have a massive slowdown off of that one, probably about 2 seconds. Let's see if
he'll have to give that up.
You can clear it pretty decently in the fishbowl if he knows how to. Looks like he's good. I don't know if he's got a black flag anymore. It doesn't look like it.
He's giving it up now through the sweeper. Ghosh is trying to push in the 91 on the outside into the final corner. Blanche straight lines it slightly. Acton Isley and Balland are racing like it's for the world championship. They are all over each other in these 2 cars. And Lifflander blinks out again. Goes to the inside of Blanche. Here comes Lindy as well. This is a battle for 3rd. The final spot on the podium. They touch in turn 1. Blanche gets pushed wide. He has to cut the track again. Comes across. Touches into Ghosh again in the 2 to the 91. Not giving up this spot is the Aussie. Into the fishbowl. Straight lines it. Here comes Lindy. 2 for 1 special. It is not to be for the former Contenders champion.
I think that just saves Zach Blanche's behind because it slowed Carter Ghosh up and it's going to allow Blanche to take his slowdown.
Over the jump. White flag for the reigning and defending NASA Rallycross world champion Kieran Lifflander in car number 20. He is currently 5th all-time in Grand Prix wins, 1 behind series pioneer Chris Wetz, the Hall of Famer from Texas. Looking good. The connection issue is a little bit scary for the 20. McFarlane there hoping that something goes wrong. Is McFarlane closing the gap to the 20? He doesn't have a lot of time. Blanche holds 3rd. Goes 4th. That battle's not over. 4 cars off the track into the pit lane after a chaotic race. Final corner for the final time for Kieran Lifflander, and it will again be a Grand Prix victory. Win number 20 for car number 20 in Atlanta. The world champion does it again, ahead of Evan McFarlane in the 0-4. Third on the podium, tentatively, is Zach Blanche on a one-off appearance for the Aussie. Carter Ghosh 4th, Zach Goddard 5th. Eric Dubois is coming home in 6th. What a run for the man from Maine. Daryl Young, Umad Akden-Isley, Devin Hughes, 9th and last of the cars that on-track finished the race. Lindy Balland, Cartwright, and Leckenby, the remaining classification. Never ceases to amaze me, Mr. Sawyer, what we witness on a daily basis with these guys. And it doesn't matter that the track was an original one back in 2018. We watched some phenomenal racing. And, candidly speaking, I hope the name Carter Ghosh stays with us at NASA Sim Racing. Umad Akden-Isley, all the newcomers, because these Monday night splits, absolutely phenomenal. As Liftlander finds his way to the podium, that was impressive. Even celebrating is impressive for the 20. You want to take a look at that start while we have a minute?
Oh, yeah, sure. Let's see if we can actually go find it.
I will try and corral the media pen if you want to go ahead and handle those replay honors.
Let's see. We might just do some fun rewinding. That's probably going to be the easiest. All right, we'll go up to Kieran Liftlander here. We'll go to Blimp View. Actually, let's go here. Let's watch this start, Josh. We'll go in slow-mo. Just watch how big his start is compared to... Look at that.
Incredible.
He's almost a full car length in front of Evan McFarlane before Evan even starts hitting the grass.
That reminds me, an obscure F1 reference incoming. I think it was Pastor Maldonado, 2012 Belgium. Everybody thought that he jumped the start that day, and he didn't. And I thought that Kieran Liftlander jumped the start tonight, and he didn't. Phenomenal.
All right, who do we have? Nobody in the media pen yet, but we're probably going to have Blanche first. McFarlane second. We'll just wait for them to show up here.
I'm trying to make your job easier and plug in points live as we go. Cannot believe that we had 13 cars on this track. And I think Jamison Leckenby crashed in every single start that he was in.
Unfortunately.
What could have been? Well, I don't have second or third yet. McFarlane
I think I'm just going to join second or third here in a second.
Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to do things... We're just going to move them to the media pen, give them a second to realize what's happening, and then, you ready for third place, Zach Blanche?
Absolutely.
Mr. Blanche, it's Josh and Brian in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, sure do, boys.
Hey, buddy. First of all, I know I said in the driver's meeting, thanks for coming out with us on a Tuesday afternoon for you. Talk me through your race, because you and Carter were brawling, and then you cut the track. Was that a mistake? And then you guys touched and you cut the track. It was chaos from what I saw for you.
Yeah, I mean, well, going back to the heat race, I mean, we had an amazing heat race with Josh, you know, door to door. I had zero practice for this, showing up for this one late, so it was a bit rough. But I thought the heat race was amazing. Coming into this feature, hoping for the same deal. I think when me and Evan got together on turn one, I think it broke my car a little bit because I was struggling a bit there. And yeah, that lap I cut the track. That was just accident. I went in a bit hot and I just couldn't pull it up and get it turned to the right. So I chose to go to the left of that curb. I had to give the slowdown back, which was fine. I had enough of a clearance, but and that Carter got down the inside of turn one, which then just caught. I don't know if it was a little bit of net code or whatnot, but it just seemed like it pushed me straight off the side of the track. We did door back and forth a little bit there, so it was a little bit aggressive, but overall I think it was good racing for both of us. It was unfortunate that Matt tried to become involved in it midway through, and he was punted out. Well, not punted out. He got caught up and got put out of that pretty early. But overall, it was a good race. I really enjoyed it.
I was just about to mention you guys were dueling away, and the next thing you know, Matthew Lindy shows up and tries to have a good battle. What's the game plan going for the rest of the season? I can't remember entirely what you had said. I think this is your only race.
I was, woke up this morning and I was like, yeah, we're gonna call in sick to work, and then I remembered this was on Tuesday, so I decided that I'd show up for it. So I think this will be the only one. Hopefully, well, I can't imagine my boss ever listening to this, but hopefully he never catches it. So,
Well, I appreciate you taking the time on a Tuesday afternoon, I'm assuming for you, to come back out and have some fun with us. Who'd you like to thank, buddy, for the podium today?
Huge thanks to all the boys at TWRS. Thanks to them for practicing together, doing everything that they do together that I never showed up for. So I guess I never took advantage of what they give me, but they're always there. They're always on offer. I dedicate the podium to Josh because I feel really bad that our race ended with him getting caught up into B main. So it really sucks. I would have liked to see him in this, since he's actually going to be running for the championship and I'm not. So felt a little bit bad for that one. But thanks to the whole team for having us out there.
All right, buddy. I appreciate you running with us, and we hope to see you soon.
Yeah, hope I kept it entertaining for you.
Second place man, former world champion. Still so weird to be saying that, kid. I want to ask you how your race was in general, but I have to ask, what was your initial reaction when Kieran had that immensely impressive start off the line?
Well, first reaction, I told my team, or not my teammates, but I told them, the guys in the call. I asked them if he had a black flag or not, and he didn't. So I was like, all right, well, he's been blinking all race, and what happens is when you blink right before a start of a race, iRacing will either give you the start earlier or later, and just happened that Kieran had it earlier. Because on his screen, he just timed it on the green, and it's just I had the same thing happen in the Crandon Championship. So honestly, it's just really unfortunate. I just got kind of screwed over by racing there, and I had a terrible jump. Don't know what I was doing. Gave Zach the inside and just had bad contact, and then I got a little bit of a cross jump. It wasn't that bad by Carter, so I was just digging deep. Shout out to Zach for giving me some room, Goddard, but yeah, I just knew, like, all right, well, I was just like, frick it, we ball. We're gonna send it. Put in a fast lap every time, and I was cursing. I was so mad over the radio, and I was like, I don't know. I felt like the inner David Goggins within me came out, and I was just pushing and pushing. I was catching and catching Kieran. I think he was also probably just taking it safe since he had a 2-second gap. So, this is one of my best tracks too. So it was really unfortunate. Just I don't know. Just can't make mistakes like that. Did the same thing at Winton. So it is what it is, and we'll look for the next round.
I was going to ask, my second question was, I think you were second on the first or second lap because everyone's rotating the jokers. You kind of answered my question. Just dig deep and go from there. So, we're 2 rounds down. I'm going to do this live. Where is my spreadsheet? Where are you, Mr. McFarland? So I know it's only round 2. We're talking about points. You're 4 points down. So what are we, what, you don't have to give me all your secrets, of course, but what are we thinking to stop this? I wouldn't even call it a downward spiral because you're on the podium, but how do we get back to the 4-time consecutive world champion pace that Evan McFarland has?
Well, I think we need to actually win. I think that's the problem. Seconds aren't just going to cut it. And, I'm very confident in myself and my speed. And I know I have, when it comes push to shove, I have the pace over Kieran. I'm very confident in that. And, I just got to execute, I guess, and just be consistent. I just haven't been doing that these past 2 rounds, and I didn't do that last season. So, just going to try to look forward, take the round as I can, and just try to make the most points I can.
Before I ask you who'd you like to thank, I just want to let you know With your qualifying, your seeding round win today, you are second all time with 29. You're behind me with 36. You need to stop winning. I need to be on top of the record books. I'll ban you. I'm kidding. But who would you like to thank for the P2, my friend?
Yeah, I just gotta thank Channel 199 for just bringing me on and just helping me out and just being on their team. I know it's a little sore spot, but I gotta thank the people like Cara. So I gotta thank Track Racer, Racecraft Academy, Dixon Flannel, Black Rifle Coffee, all the guys who just support me. The guys at Team Watson, just for hanging out and letting me in this their call. So yeah, just gotta give those guys thanks. Gotta give all glory to God, and thanks to my family, and thank you guys for this broadcast.
Of course, buddy. Good run today, and we will see you next week in Charlotte.
Thank you.
We've got one more. There's records and people moving on this record book every single week. Mr. Kieran Lifflander, you are now tied with Chris Wetz, number 20 win for you, fourth all time on the wins list. Mr. Wetz is a Hall of Famer, so talk me through your race on, first of all, that start, and then the chaos behind you. I don't know if you knew, but it was a brawl behind you.
Yeah, I'm going to be completely honest. Going into this race, aside from all the fantasy IRL stuff that I always talk about, I've been having some internet problems for the past week and a half or so, and I've been trying to get that resolved. Had a bunch of stuff happen over the past few days or so with rebooting internet and all that stuff and trying to get it fixed, but clearly nothing has been working out, so I'm probably going to have to get my own internet provider. But yeah, I've been nonstop lagging, and I've got a good download speed or something, and then a really bad upload speed, like 1 or something stupid. Like I don't understand how that's happening, but it's been like that for the past 2 days. And I've heard that everybody so far, including I think a couple of my teammates, have said that I blinked on the start, so it was like an advantage for me. Because I know I was blinking. I guess I don't know if it was a lot of blinking, but Evan told me I was blinking.
It was real bad.
Yeah, so I mean, for me, I saw everybody like the whole race. I saw the car engine behind me, and I'm gonna be completely honest. I did what I tried to do at Daytona last season, round 1. I just tried to time the start, and I know it looks really bad on the replay, and I apologize to all the people that probably take it that way. But if I recorded it and streamed it, I mean, you guys don't have to believe me. I timed the start to the literal thousandth. It was absolutely nuts. It was like red light, and then I went green instantly. My heart was racing. I was like, I got to get a good start on Evan. So, and then I looked in my mirror when I went through the last corner, and I saw he got swallowed up by Carter, Linday. I think it was Linday or someone that ran all the way on the on the grass, and Zach got a good jump as well. And yeah, it was just consistency from there. I wanted to get one decent lap in to see where I was at in pace. And yeah, I was very consistent throughout the run. But yeah, the blinking again, apologies. I'll definitely try to get that fixed ASAP as I'm still lagging in this session now. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, controversial for sure. And I know there's been some incidents for other drivers in the league that have blinked out or something's happened on the start and it's an advantage. But I promise you from the bottom of my heart, I definitely timed it, and I didn't just randomly jump the start just because. So, with a bit of luck and experience of timing starts that well, which I haven't done in a while, clearly from last season, round 1 of Daytona. Yeah, I was fortunate enough to get a good start and be able to run away with it.
So I think you learned your lesson from the jump start in Daytona. So you're 4 points up on Evan exiting, unofficially 4 points up on Evan exiting round 2. I think it's your 3rd win in a row. I mean, we all know the answer, but what's the game plan as the season begins to roll? I mean, what are we thinking? Because Evan told us that, you know, he's going to keep pushing and he's going to try and go for wins and all of these things. So what are we thinking?
Well, not if, we are definitely going to try to or actually not try to. We are going to have a really fast car at Charlotte, no doubt. We had a really fast car last season. Or correction, 2 seasons ago, whenever I ran, I had my drop week last season at Charlotte, and got a really good start at Charlotte. Have a really good tune for Charlotte, and yeah, with the help of all the team members, all around to help with the setups and all, give their feedback and feed into the setup to make it as fast as possible and on edge. I think I'm really confident for Charlotte. I'm really good in officials with it, and iRacing officials in the open set for B class, and I've always been good at Charlotte. I think it was like here at Atlanta. Evan had a bit more pace on me I think it was 2 seasons ago. Whenever I hit his right rear, he had, I think, another 10th on me. It was similar here, but I think we got a bit quicker, and we were able to be consistent here. So I think the same, maybe a similar turnout will happen for Charlotte. In terms of speed, hopefully we can be faster, and that's obviously the goal. And then yeah, we have this week and Daytona Short, and then we have an off week to settle down, diagnose the first 4 weeks, and then after that week we have the last 4 weeks, the second half of the season. So going into Charlotte, really confident. Daytona Short as well, really confident. Got some world records at Daytona Short, and yeah, obviously really happy with this result, really happy with the win, really happy with how all the drivers on the team performed in terms of speed, and yeah, everybody's learning, everybody's getting faster. Carter put on a great show. It was his first time right after win. He got to testing at Atlanta, never drove at Atlanta, and yeah, I'm really pumped up for the rest of the season for sure.
As you kind of halfway answered my final question, of course, who would you like to thank? You thanked all of the team, but who else would you like to thank for win number 20 for car number 20 tonight?
I'd like to thank the family here at home, my mom, my dad, and my sister. Simcraft for sponsoring. Use code KLiftlander5 at checkout for 5% off. And yeah, everybody that makes it possible. Chris Luna for the awesome paints. I didn't mention him week 1, but yeah, awesome paints. And I saw him. He typed in the chat, so one guy made all these paints for this team, and he said that Contenders. So I thought that was pretty funny. And then shout out to you guys, Brian and Josh, for putting on the show. Yeah, I guess that's about it. Really excited to move forward. Hopefully we can get some more wins in the supercars, and yeah, we're on to Sonoma in California for the lights. Hopefully we can get a redemption from last season and win there.
All right, buddy. Good win, good race tonight, and we will see you next Monday and see if you can go 3 in a row.
Thank you.
All right, Brian, I need to take a sip of water. So go ahead, take us through programming notes and points. I don't care the order after a wonderful race here in Atlanta.
Absolutely, Josh. We'll go over points first. So, exiting this evening, Kieran Lifflander maintains P1 with 67 points. 6-7. Evan McFarland in P2.
Stop it.
With Carter Gosh in P3, 63 and 55 points. Zach Goddard, Matthew Lindy, Devin Hughes, Jeff Cartwright, Eric Dubois, Josh Darnell, and Jonathan Harris round out the top 10. Moving over to the teams, KLR Black Phantom still on top, 101 points to TWR Subi Squad's 89. Control Z Racing, Channel 199, KLR Aqua Storm, JC Sim Sport, Slapex Racing by TWRS, Pink Fury, Blue Thunder, and Team Dog Racing are your top 10 there. Manufacturers, same as always, 67 points for the WRX STI, Ford Fiesta 30, and VW Beetle with 6. Super pumped for that one. Super pumped I got to do that twice.
Your boy Eddie Boyles ran the car today, so it did score some points.
Always excited about that. Let's go over to the full schedule, though. What we got coming up this Thursday. I hit the button. Where'd it go? There it is. SimCar Grand Am Series has their finale this Thursday at Sebring. Then we got a whole bunch of NASA Rallycross coming up the next whole bunch of Mondays. It's going to pretty much run us back into SimCar back in April or May, I believe. One of those 2 months. Not 100% sure. Josh, we're going to try a demolition derby in Rallycross or iRacing here in a little bit and get some of that information out soon. Alex
You know
Larson
what?
and I were playing with some ideas. We need teams
Something-
of 5. So if you have a team of 5, gather it.
I found something on the iRacing forums that was interesting. People were doing no track limits rallycross races. So maybe that's an idea.
And I don't know if I said demolition derby. I didn't mean demolition derby. I meant roller derby.
Oh,
Yeah, we're
that'll be a
we're
chat.
gonna do a roller derby race.
I have no idea what a roller derby is, so we'll have that chat after the cast. I just want to thank a couple of our partners, and then we'll get some final thoughts and close this one up. As the NASA Rallycross Challenge on ASN, brought to you by Whiplash SimCams, bringing you every angle, every lap. Visit Facebook.com/WSimCams, and thank you, Andrew Cardinale IV, for camera support all season, and also by Alex Abetti, former NASA Rallycross World Champion, producer of the official NASA Sim Racing theme music. If you like what you saw tonight, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network, no matter the platform, at ASN TV USA. And if you DM Brian and ask him really nicely, he might give you that .onion domain for the dark web. If you would like to race with us in NASA Sim Racing, we have something for everyone, whether it's the cross car, whether it's stage rally, whether it's rallycross. We've got some other stuff planned that I'm not going to mention. Either way, NASASimRacing.com pops you into our Discord. Over 680 members in the past 14 years of NASA Sim Racing. Brian, give me a final thought. We'll close it up.
Good race. Excited for Charlotte. Charlotte's probably my favorite track, so ready to watch that next week.
Charlotte is one of those tracks, like I talked about earlier, where you have to be brave and you have to not be afraid of the walls. And we saw former world champion Evan McFarlane crash lap 1, turn 1 of the Charlotte Grand Prix last season. And I think that's what created that demise for him. You get into that mindset. It's happened to me. I'm sure it's happened to you, where you're on top of your game and you have one mistake, takes you out of the race, and then you tumble down the order from there. So it's all going to be interesting next week in Charlotte to see how the ebbing and flowing of Lifflander versus McFarlane go. Can Carter Ghost sneak into the picture? We've got so many guys gaining speed, gaining talent, for lack of a better word, and it's just so fascinating to see the field converge and have more than just a couple guys fighting for podiums and fighting for race wins. Atlanta was awesome. 13 cars was phenomenal. I still can't understand what happened on the start with Kieran, but either way, it's been an awesome night from Contenders up to the World Championship split in Atlanta, as the checkered flag has fallen on the evening for the NASA Rallycross World Championship. On behalf of our entire production staff, my name is Josh Mertz. We want to thank you for joining us for today's coverage of the NASA Rallycross Challenge. Congratulations to our Contenders winner, Kevin Garcia, from earlier on, 2 in a row for him in that split, and the Atlanta Grand Prix winner, Kieran Lifflander, making it 8 out of 8 for unique winners in Atlanta. Be sure to join us Thursday for SimCar and Sebring, but until then, so long, everyone.